Well, hello. Good evening, good afternoon, good day, depending on where you are in the world. Happy Thursday. That's what day it is. Yeah, y'all might want to see Flight Sim. Kind of why you're here, isn't it? So I hope you're all well this fine Thursday. I said Thursday, man. I'm going back in the week. Welcome to the western part of the United States. We're going to be flying to Vegas on our third installment of Chasing the Cup Series. This weekend, the NASCAR Cup Series will be at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway in Las Vegas, Nevada. Nevada. So I decided to take a scenic route because we're not flying all the way from Florida to Nevada. That just would be insane. That's a marathon stream. So I made an interesting flight. So yeah, we'll start here at Manti-Ephram Airfield. As you can see, a very small little airfield. Then we'll fly southwest through some mountains to Parowan. Do a landing there, another small airfield. Then we'll head westerly, land at Alamo Landing. On our way to fly over the Las Vegas Speedway and land at North Las Vegas Airport. So if that sounds like a plan to you, well, that's a plan for me. So we are running on Weather Preset Pro High Level Clouds V2. Wind is calm. And we're about a little before 7:30 in the morning in the sim. And we're going to be flying the 182 Skyline again. Because I like the airplane. It needs more loving. So, let's say hi to everyone over in the chat. We've got Merlin Flyer, hello. Allison Johnson's here, good evening to you, hope you're well. Dougal McTavish is in, good to see you, my friend, hope you're doing alright. I feel you have my sympathies for the idiots over on the Simwings and all the issues you're having to deal with there. You don't deserve the trouble, but you've got a good thing going, so stick to it. You'll get through it. Allison's just watching tonight. Long day and brain is no worries. Noel K is here. Good to see you. Hope you're well. Catbat9, hello to you as well. Viper Strike is in. Good to see you. Kingsman9965 is here. Good evening to you. Hope you're doing all right. As it's a cold night in the pool. Well, I wouldn't say it's cold. It hit about 40 degrees Fahrenheit, which is warmer than it's been. So I'll take it over single digits any day of the week. Dougal says, missed the last few, hoping to get chilled. Well, chill is what we do. I don't know how to do it any other way. Wayland 2021 is here. Guten Abend. Guten Abend to you, mein Freund. 99 Owl is in with a Guten Abend as well. Many thanks. Hope you're well. Like the program says, radio check, testing, 1, 2, tree, check. We got logs everywhere. 99 Owl is in. Good to see you. I think I already said that. Brazen Head's here. Good to see you, my friend. So, Brazen Head's been getting back into streaming, and his streaming is fancy looking. Played a little Division last night with him. Two-Tone Murphy's in. Hello. Kozaki Flyer is here. Good to see you. Kingsman9965 says good evening to Allison. Red Pilot Randy is in. Good to see you. Hope you're well. Aha. 99 Owl is listening to ZZ Top. Viva Las Vegas. It's a classic song. I definitely would prefer ZZ Top over Elvis, but that's just me. Okay. Goblin Zeus is here. Good evening to you in France from Michigan. Kingsman's running a little behind, but will be joining us at some point. No worries. Ben McClure's here. Good to see you. Hope you're well. Soundage problems. Uh-oh. Interesting. Scotland Comet Project is in. Good to see you. Hope you're well. Shuffle Shoes John is in here. Good to see you. I'm doing all right. Hope you're well. Kingsman's uncle loved Elvis. It's not that I don't like Elvis. It's just some old songs are better done with new. It's like Simon and Garfunkel's Sound of Silence was done much better by Disturbed than by Simon and Garfunkel. It's weird, but it works. I don't know. Audio is 5x5 for Murph. Awesome. Don't get me wrong. Elvis had some great songs that I enjoy. A Little Less Conversation was a good one. Ha. Allison has sorted it out. So yeah, we're going to do some awesome flying over some mountains here in the early morning. I would imagine. So, we already have some Fireflies here on the ground. We got some 172s. Looks like a 182, a Caravan, an SR-22. Or two. Well, Thunderfly just popped up. So, without further ado, we're going to look out the window. So, we're going to get our battery and alternator mastery. Mastery? Man, words are hard. Master on. We'll acknowledge these warnings from the G1000. We're going to go over here and pop the window open because we can. A little better audio for the sim. And rotating beacon comes on. Prop and mixture to full. Cowl flaps are open. Throttle is cracked. And parking brake is set. And we yell out the window, clear, prop. It's a good engine start. Lean out the throttle since we are at a high altitude already. Allison Johnson is hosting. Many thanks. Turn the avionics on. We're gonna turn this inset off. Turn that screen on. We're gonna go transponder. Set to altitude already for once. Let's see. We want PFD. We're going to turn on the synthetic vision. We'll get our AP altimeter or altitude set to 8,500 at a vertical speed of 600 feet per minute. We're going to go over here and close the window. And with that, we should be ready to roll. Audio issues for Wayland as well, and already restarted the browser. Interesting. I don't know. So, yeah, I hope you're all having a nice Thursday so far. We're almost to the weekend. And those of you in Europe, well, y'all are 5 hours closer to the weekend than I am. But that's okay. I'm not bitter. So we're going to go ahead and release the old parking brake. The nav lights come on. We begin our taxi to the active. Weave our way through traffic. And a couple of 182s. Yeah, I like the 182 a lot. Allison, crazy busy, brain dead now. Well, that's okay, Allison. Here, you don't have to do a whole lot of thinking, so it's all good. So, pardon me, as we cross the old short line, the strobe lights are coming on so that because we're entering an active runway, and we want to be seen. Let's see, waiting for the Spitfire, so I flew the Spitfire. Enough. There you go. Yeah, so hopefully that comes out tomorrow. And I think tomorrow's I believe tomorrow that one of the Piper Arrows are going to come out, whether it's from Just Flight or Carenado. Oh, 100% Kingsman. Alston is watching from a cozy duvet. Alright, so we're lined up. The Daka Taka movie. So, we're going to set 1 notch of flaps. Check. Everything seems good, so slowly add the power in. Don't overdo the engine. Flaps are coming up. And we're off. See all the wonderful fireflies getting up and away. Cozy little airport nestled in between some mountains. So we can, well, we don't want to go to cruise power just yet because we're not quite to cruise altitude. Just making sure all the fireflies are up. Spitfire and Arrow just flight tomorrow. Well, I don't know the release date for either of the Arrows because I haven't seen anything publicly announced. I'm leaning towards the Carenado Arrow just because it's all about the tail number. Having your personal registration on the aircraft, to me, at least in flight sim, it really kind of adds to the immersion of this is my airplane. I couldn't care any less about being able to open the oil door. I mean, it's neat, but it's not my gig. No, not disparaging anyone that is into that sort of thing. It's just not my gig. So we're gonna get in the cockpit. Oh dear, I messed it up. There we go. Some Aviation Erling is in. Good to see you. The Spitfire, though, is a must. That is an absolute must buy. I mean, and it's nice to see that we've got a lot of Warbirds coming in soon. A couple of Spits in the works, one about to be released. DC-3 in the works, P-51 in the works, Corsair that's released soon, trademark. But just a lot of fun stuff coming up. I can't join weeklies too, so no worries. Happy it stopped in chat regardless. So we're at cruise altitude, so we're gonna get it down to cruise power. Yeah, don't get me wrong, the Just Flight Arrow has a lot of neat features, and the EFB is nice. It's just, with the lack of the registration, it seems like it would have been an easy thing to add, but they didn't. Because if they had added that, Just Flight, hands down. The Carenado Piper Arrow will be yes. I imagine everything's going to be in the marketplace at some point, but they take a long time adding anything into the marketplace. In the Just Flight one, I don't believe so. I think it's baked into the texture, and that's what you get. You can change it in the sim, but that's about it. It won't show it on the aircraft. At least that's the impression I've gotten from everything I've seen. Like, you can change the ATC ID in the sim when you're loading up, but it doesn't change the text. It doesn't change the registration number on the visually on the aircraft for the Just Flight one. The Carenado one does, I would imagine, because everything else Carenado does. That's an immersion thing for me. Yeah, and I'm not knowing anything about making airplanes and the coding and stuff, but that's the decision point for me. It seems like it would have been a simple thing to add. Yes, we're gonna just hide me. It would have been a simple thing to add, and they didn't. Yeah, Kingsman, I think everything's going to end up in the in-sim marketplace at some point. It's just a matter of time. Microsoft and Asobo just take it's anywhere from 4 to 7 weeks to get something in the in-sim marketplace. It's pretty ridiculous. Yeah, and it's not a deal breaker for everybody, and that's fine. It just seems like they could have added it in, but they didn't. It is what it is. It just, and obviously price also has a lot to do with it. But at the moment, I'm personally leaning towards the Carenado Piper Arrow. I can see myself flying it often. Just not. It just doesn't have the. It's just the little details that are kind of like a I believe that's the Just Flight one. And I don't even know if it's going to be part of from the sounds of it, it's going to be like part of their Aero package. You buy it now and then they'll update it and add the turbo model later. I don't know. It could be separate for all I know. And clearly, yeah, the state of it, it's gorgeous. Good evening, Biggles. Hope you're well. DJ Utimo. Hey, not a problem. I'm happy to just give back to the community because y'all have been great to me, and it's my way of giving back. Yeah, and everybody has their little niggly bits that they like, and that's what's awesome, because the market will put out this, that, and the other thing, and we, the consumer, get to pick and choose what do we like, what do we not like. If you don't like something, you don't have to buy it. It's fantastic. Anyone know if there are any plans for Panthera? I haven't heard of any. Glad to have you along, DJ. There's a good, yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, even in just this next week or two is going to be nuts. So you're using nameplate, but not your plane. Like, am I invisible or am I showing up as generic? Yeah, I don't know. I don't have a good answer for that. So you see Google just fine. Huh. Well, that makes sense, Viper. Well, and that's why I asked $99 if it was I was invisible or generic. Generic makes sense, but $99 sees Dougal, so I don't know. I'm not even in a camouflage. So there's a little airstrip down there we're overflying. What's those circles below? They're crops. And the reason why they're circles is because the sprinkling system that they have to water the crop is basically it's this big mechanism that I can't really. It's like lattice work almost. It's almost like scaffolding with a bunch of sprinklers on it, and it kind of goes around. It's fixed on one end, and it goes around in a circle to water the crops. Of course, yeah, it looks good, but it's soon, you know, so who knows. Don't use the K on those ones. It's just 41 uniform and 1L9. DJ. Good to hear, Dougal. Can't wait to see where it's going to be and what we're going to fly and have fun. Yep, that's right, Biggles. It's common here in the United States. I've seen them. I mean, I can drive 15 minutes in any direction of my hometown and find those. Yeah, that one. What like the program said, it's much more succinctly than I did. I make words sound weird. I never said I was good at explaining things. Yep. And then just it goes in a circle. Yeah. Well, I try. I've always said that the only day that you shouldn't be learning anything is the day that you're dead. So you should always learn something every day. As Jump Joe, excuse me, is now following over on Twitch. Many thanks, my dude. Hope you're well. Good to hear, Waylon. Yeah, DJ, if you download the flight plans, because we're not flying a direct route necessarily, we're going to do some turns and stuff. If you download the flight plans from the Discord, it should give you everything you need for the flight plan. Only seeing Twitch chats. I don't know, Allison. It seems to be working for me-ish. Maybe. I see Ben McClure. So I'm seeing Twitch chat on YouTube, but I'm not seeing YouTube chat on Twitch, but I'm seeing both in OBS. So I don't know. Look at this. Yeah, that's what they say. Can't fly to Bronco cannot fly today, but we're watching part of the stream. Well, I'm just glad to have you along there, John. Hope you enjoy it while you can. Happy to provide the entertainment. The entertainment edge. Good evening to you, Magic 888. Hope you're doing well. Look at the colors of the terrain. Isn't that nuts? Robol is now following over on Twitch. Many thanks, my dude. Oh, they happen over here as well. So it's kind of a global phenomenon, as it were. Pardon me. Looks like we'll be flying over another little airport. Off to our right. Ben McClure is warning Kingsman not to look at the Liverpool versus Chelsea score. Football. It says town we passed called Richfield. Nice. No, it's absolutely stunning here. The American West would be a nice place to be because once you get in a town, oh, there's an airport. You get in a town and it still has the things that you need, but the scenery is just amazing. It was just uh-oh. I have no idea what's going on, but I'm pretty sure it's either rugby or football or soccer. I'm gonna get my money goes to football, soccer, football, footy. Not American football. Everton won. I wouldn't know who to root for, as it's not a sport I typically follow. So here we are at waypoint 1. Touch and go at U13, junction ahead, might be fun. It could be. The way we have been playing, not much. Apparently, Liverpool is not doing well. That's unfortunate. Look at the scenery, though. Quick program question for anyone: why do some nameplates show the airframe and altitude? Well, that's a good question. I don't know. I know that planes that are showing up as generic for one reason or the other will not show altitude or aircraft type. Beyond that, I don't have a good reason or explanation. I think it made that could be. I don't think they do, Brick. I mean, if you don't have a particular livery, it'd show up it's generic and then wouldn't show. But I don't know. That's a good question. I'm not sure. Hope you're well, Brick. Good to see you. According to the map, in the mountain range to our right is a mountain called... See, Allison Johnson follows Everton football like I follow the Detroit Lions and the Detroit Red Wings. They don't always play great, but I'm a fan of theirs through thick and thin. They're the home team. So, fantastic flying by one of our Thunderflies. A win is a win, and the old saying in racing is sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. Oh yeah, Louis L'Amour, Crossfire Trail, that was a good movie and book. I think I've read it. I have read it. My paternal grandfather was a big fan of westerns and a big reader of Louis L'Amour. I'm in the 182 respawn. Good to see you. Dougal's going down for touch and go. Awesome. Just past the lake. Ah. Yep, 130 knots cruise for the Cessna 182 from Carenado, available exclusively on the InSim marketplace. I like it. I'm a big Cessna fan. I've been around Cessnas my entire life, mostly. But yeah, it's a nice step up from the 172. There are faster Cessnas out there, like the well, even Cessna singles, like the 210. Some of the older ones, like the 195, although that's a beast in its own right. But yeah, no, it's a nice step up from the 172. Look at those palm trees dance. Look at the trees. So everyone's going in for touch and goes. We'll watch as we fly by. Just look at the area. It's just nuts. I think it's worth it. It had a rough start. Because this was released shortly after the sim was released. It had a rough start, but it's fantastic right now. On the left behind the reservoir is Twin Peaks. Nice. There's a show about that. This scenery is just nuts. Just look at all the trees. They're everywhere. They just don't know they're logs yet. Tell you what, I wouldn't want to necessarily get lost out here. The SDK is really bad for the developers at the state. That's why we don't. The airlines right now. Yeah, I mean it's evolving. The SDK is better now than it was at the very beginning, and different developers are finding ways around certain issues. It's held up the Cessna 310 from Milviz, the CRJ from Aerosoft. Airliners in general. That doesn't really affect me too much because I don't fly airliners. But the benefit for that is the simpler aircraft like Warbirds that don't have a lot of systems and even most GA planes are just perfect. They do well with the SDK as is for the most part. Link to the TV series. I believe so. I've never watched the series. Just get there before Allie and you're good. Well, Allie's not even flying today. She had a rough day of it, so she's taking a break. So we got waypoint 2 coming up here in a minute. Just look at the scenery. I am slow on the 172. The Caravan's a nice one. Ha. Well, see, I never became a fan of something without watching and learning. So we've got a lot of work to do to make me a fan of any football team or club. So may the odds be ever in your favor. Then again, I'm also a fan of being contrary from time to time, so... Oh dear. Well, that's not good. That was odd. Ooh, that's the first one I've had of those in a minute. Ooh, and it was a total crash. Interesting. Interesting to see the log on that one. Alright, let's see what the logs have to say about that. Huh, that was still a VC runtime error. Interesting. I did not know the release of the CRJ is March 16th. Nice. Let's see, to be fair, football has gone downhill a long way. It annoys me. All the playing dead and rolling. Yeah, see, that's one thing that, I mean, just as a casual bystander of football, soccer, whatever you want to call it, it's just, it seems like people fake injuries, will exaggerate injuries, and it just seems silly. Which, I guess that's the reason why I like hockey so much, is refs will let people duke it out. I mean, just all-out fist fight on the ice, and it's just like, okay, it's just part of the sport. You don't like it, you probably shouldn't be playing hockey. St. John. Women's soccer is actually better in that regard, as less faking. Aha. Well, my condolences to people that liked this St. John. I have no idea who it is. Kingsman just got home. Roger that. I'm just loading back up. It was all going so well. I'm not sure why thing happened. He's a former player who died this week. Aha. Brick, I don't watch much pro. I can't behind people who strike or complain that they all win. That's fair. I mean, when I say I watch, you know, that I'm a fan of hockey or whatever, I watch it occasionally. You know, racing, you know, arguably you put your, whatever kind of racing you're in, you're going over 100 miles an hour in a coffin. You know, basically, and hoping that you make it back. You know, you're really putting your life on the line there. Hockey, it's just one of the last gladiatorial type sports. I'm a glutton for punishment. I support the Cincinnati Reds too. Oh, there you go. I'm a fan of my sim not crashing. The big red machine. Okay, so we want this. Let's see, we want to load. Load. Yes. And plug. Hit that button. Dual. I used to race 250cc's at Donington, 120 mile an hour, 4 inches off the ground. Yeah, I bet. Yeah, Ben, you can. That's the big mockery of stock car racing, and you know it's not 100% wrong, but you're talking about throwing a heavy piece of metal at high velocity into a turn and hoping it stays put. It's a lot harder to do than it looks. Okay, so we're going to do VFR map. Travel to, there we go. Let's see where that gets me. Very nice, Allison. Ooh. I feel like I'm still in the wrong spot. Yep, I am. Well, Grundles and Grundles. Grundle McGrundleson. Tried to make it work. The Travel 2 system is worthless. We'll just put that out there. Set as departure. L92, yep. It has arrival. Here, so we don't want to go to just yet. 1L. There we go. Come on, Sim. Do your thing. Sometime today, simulator. Sometime today. About freaking time. Our useless window. I had an Air Cadet meeting with the U.S. Space Force last night. Very interesting. Nice. So we're gonna turn to heading mode. Payware, so we will see it. Well, we're not exactly going over downtown. so you might get to see it from a distance. I don't have it installed myself. These things happen. I mean, it's not worth getting upset over. Let's see. Made Los Angeles, Las Vegas with a nice. Roger that, Ben. We'll catch you when you get back. So there's the airport. We don't need the mixture to full, but prop full. Lower the throttle for the descent. So airfield is in sight. Got our landing spot picked out. We're in the white arc. One notch of flaps coming in. Or going down, I should say. Wayland is off. You take care. Have a good night. Rest well, and we'll catch you next time. Flaps. Next notch of flaps comes in. We're gonna on our base leg. First notch of flaps coming in. Don't take this the wrong way, but formation flying while I'm trying to land is a bit of a distraction. Add power. Oh, there's a bounce. Laps coming up. Park it here, see if I can catch some landings. It certainly is, Dougal. There's Brick. Ow, that's a hand cramp. So, runway 4 is open for landings. There's HCBR. There's Magic 888 down. Oh, why is it saying new flight? I'm not going anywhere. See, we're at 1L9 or L. No, yes, that one. There's Mahoney. See if Got any other? Got USA PR1 like to program, and Tortuga still up in the area. Look at the land. I have no interest in it. I don't even like, if I'm honest, I don't even care for the X Cub in general. I like the Savage Cub, personally. There's USA PR1 and like to program. Oh, DJ with a game crash. Uh-oh. At least I wasn't the only one. Here comes Tortuga. And then I have to get out of the sim just to load in the flight plan properly. Looked up as yeah, but you have to add a lot of extra mods, and I don't see the point in getting all the extra stuff for a plane that I don't like in general. There's Tortuga in the DA62. Nicely done. Alright. We're going to switch to this screen for a minute. And I need to get to the main menu so I can reload the doggone flight plan, because the sim crash ruined everything. Fair enough. And don't get me wrong, I'm not going to disparage anyone for enjoying it. It's just, it's not my cup of tea. There are certain mods that are, you know, fantastic and that I will load, but there are some that just don't tickle the fancy, as it were. Well, it was the best one that I could find in the hour before the stream started, and it was cheap until I can get one that's more personalized. That one. There, this. That time there. Tech note online. But the I didn't get the pro one, but I have the free one. That's nice. Alright. All the noises. Alright. Back to this. And we're here. We're gonna do quick thing before we get too far. There. So now we're ready. Now we need to do this. This. Traffic. Off. Fly. Back. Zoom. Alright, so. Get the cockpit. Masters on. Beacon on. Mixture and prop forward. Shed it. Said be quiet. Start up. That's in. Avionics on. Nav light on. Okay, that's enough of you. To 8,500. Heading nav CDI. Insert off. PFD synthetic vision on. Electric program needs to eat lunch and get back to work. You have a good one. Thanks for coming along for as long as you could. And back. Transponder. Altitude mode. Alright, so. This is the parking brake. Turn on the old strobe light, cross the hold short line, one notch of flaps down. So I'll introduce the power. Awesome. Well, hopefully we're not too distracting from your work. Aha! 99 Owl can see my plane now. Well, huzzah. Honeycomb is working quite nicely for me, Faded UPN. I quite enjoy it. Seeing any YouTube chats anymore? Or is this nobody watching on Paragon? Oh, there's nobody's chatting. Okay. Almost everybody's up now. There's still a couple fireflies on the ground, so we'll keep circling. I got the honeycomb one because of the silk rubber feel, and I hate the plastic feel in other ones. Nice. Ooh, it's Catbat 9's first day using the honeycomb. Yeah, I like it. I got it based on the random availability, the affordability that I had for it at the time, and based on reviews of the fireflies that had one. So we'll do that. 5 and autopilot activated. So we'll go ahead and hide me because, well, no one came here to see me. They came here to see airplanes. Top flaps go in. We got our cruise power set. 25 manifold. We'll go 22.5 on the RPMs. Yeah, one of the good one, and not one of that 39 degrees. And all the, yeah. Oh, that's fair. Before I had the honeycomb, I had a CH product silk, and it worked fine. But it, you know, it has its limitations, and it was. But I had it for a few years before even the honeycomb was a thing. And decided that, you know, it's time to upgrade, especially new sim and all. And like I said, it just, one was available and I looked for it. And I've been quite happy with it. CH products, pedals, like 13 years of constant use and abuse before finally. Yeah, it's not to say that CH products stuff is bad by any means. I mean, it was good. It just, yeah, it's the entry level stuff, and you know, I never had the CH pedals. My pair of Thrustmaster T pedals didn't last long. Unfortunately, a lot of people, there are people that have had them for years and they work fine, but mine died slowly, and I've got a heavy duty set now. Also, one thing I don't like about the honeycomb is the I've noticed it to some degree, but it's not ever been that big of a factor, at least for me. So, I mean, every user's experience is a little, and I've heard reports that some people get that, some people don't. There's some sort of hidden factory way to reset it and get rid of the dead zones and whatnot, but I've not been bothered since it seems to be doing. Yeah, I mean, it's not. I've not noticed it in as far as normal usage, but yeah, I gotta say it's buttersmooth. No, I really like it. A lot of people say good things about the Bravo throttle quadrant. I've got a little Logitech one and it does everything I want it to. And then I got a HOTAS setup that'll practically make my breakfast, but isn't quite the Warthog. As Avatech 320 is now following over on Twitch. Many thanks, my dude. Hope you're well. I got the SciTech one, but Bravo until I got it. Yeah, I mean the SciTech Logitech one, it's adequate. I mean, you get two of them for multi-engine, but even then, it works. It functions. It does the things that it needs to do. It controls the prop mixture and throttle. What I need. So the mountains have gotten a little more sparse out this way, but that's all right. What I really need for my setup is a Stream Deck. Yeah, there's a lot of different things on the Caravan than there are on a regular single-engine piston aircraft. But it still works. That's the wonderful thing about it still having the clickable cockpits is for whatever I can't get on the yoke or the throttle quadrant, I can always just click it. If there is just one thing I never fly without now, and severely miss this little nav map. And would severely miss. I've found a use for little nav map in flight planning, to make flight plans and export them and whatnot. But especially with the streaming overlays and stuff that Sim Toolkit Pro has, I prefer Sim Toolkit Pro. I can see the uses of, and I'm making good use of little nav map, but to each their own, because that's awesome. Everybody likes something different. Let's see, I use a little nav map for departure and approach procedures, and to see the live weather, safe altitude, waypoints, airspace, infantry stuff. I'm not saying anything wrong with, it's a great program. It's just for how I do things, the functionality of Sim Toolkit Pro meets every one of my needs, and the UI is nice, and it's easy to use. It has the stream tools. It's nice, it's a good EFB. I'm testing a VFR map called FSPM. You put it on the screen, it's nice. So we're about to hit, oh dear, we're about to hit another airplane. Whoops. Yeah, I'm kind of with Brick. Because Sim Toolkit Pro is free, just like little nav map and whatnot. But Sim Toolkit Pro has, the UI is easy to navigate. And that's one of my biggest problems with little nav map. Is a lot of things are difficult to find unless you've used it for for forever. And it's just Sim Toolkit Pro it's very succinct and easy to use. Oh, for sure. I mean, the only thing I really wish the one thing I wish that Microsoft would do is make the VFR map look more like a sectional chart, rather than whatever it is they decided to make it look like. As DeWalt26 is now following. Thanks, my dude. Hope you're well. Yeah, it's just like I didn't know that there was a search for airport feature, and I stumbled on it last night. Oh dear. So we're about to make a left-hand turn for waypoint 2. There's the turn. Not a drastic turn. Getting awfully slow. I shouldn't be going this slow. I should be going to about 130. Let's see. Let's get that to 27. Let's get that to 23. There's speed picking up. Let me look at the map. It is the Escalante Desert. So the Escalante Desert is where we're over. And, you know, it's not like the sandy desert, but more so up more to the north. Once we get closer, we're going to be going over the Del Mar Mountains. So I believe these are the Del Mar Mountains up here. Time in sim, it's about 10 to 9 in the morning. And we're running the High Level Clouds V2. I believe Navigraph is working on getting the Jeppesen charts into the sim. I couldn't tell you about Microsoft Kosovo, but I believe that Navigraph is. That's the last I heard anyway, so take that with a grain of salt. Somebody somewhere is working, which the hilarious part is FSX used Jeppesen for stuff, including the live weather, and I don't know why that relationship ended. You know, even for being much flatter than the area we're just in, it's still pretty nice. It's still nice terrain. Road West 200 North says, nope, that is an F-15 Eagle. DeWalt. Weird, I can see everyone flying except you. Oh, that's no bueno. I don't know what to tell you about that. I'm here. There it goes. It looks like the C model. Afterburners and all. Yep. I should have picked something a little faster. Well, maybe. You were fine until I realized I was going awfully slow for, you know, the 182. Oh, it's nice. I like having a little bit of clouds. But maybe we'll give live weather a go once we get to Alamo Landing on our way into Vegas. So we should be getting Sim Update 3 next week. After it being delayed a week. Tomorrow we should get a couple of planes released between the Flying Iron Spitfire and one of the Piper Arrow 3s from either Just Flight or Carenado. Either one of them seem very imminent for release. Monday, we can look forward to the India Fox Echo T45C being released. I don't know. They haven't released the patch notes as far as I've seen. So it's hard to tell what's going to be in the update. But I can anticipate some general fixes, updates, and that sort of thing. And should the Spitfire release on time as expected, we can look forward to a fun little Spitfire stream tomorrow with Murphy. Yeah, the Caravan's real good. The 182 is great. The Bonanza would work. The SR22, Mooney, PA44, Seminole. Caravan, obviously, DA62. I'm not sure about the DA40, at least the stock one. I use the DA40 NX or NGX mod that makes it perform like it's supposed to. I haven't flown that in a while. It's a fun little airplane. I definitely like the DA40 much better than the SR22. It's just the SR22 brings it to the Cirrus. I want to like the Cirrus. I really do. I want to, but I can't. It just inside the cockpit makes me feel claustrophobic. It's like getting into a Ford Focus. It's just like there's too much going on and I feel encapsulated and I don't like it. Play around with the weather a little bit. Get a bit more sun going on. Goblin has a Trinidad. I've looked at that and I've thought about getting it, but I don't know, not ready to pick that one up yet. The Archer's gonna, or no, the Archer. The Piper Arrow is gonna be nice. Even though I'm more of a Cessna guy, it's a nice. The Piper's gonna be nice. I think I'm gonna end up liking the Arrow more than the Seminole, if I'm honest. I don't remember what the price of the Trinidad is. Guess that's just a product of me not really looking too much into it. I mean, don't get me wrong, from the outside it looks nice. The inside, it seems a little odd. But it's just not one of those, it didn't tick any boxes in particular of, ooh, gotta have it. Now, the 182, I knew I wanted the 182 from the get-go. The Moody, it's nice to have. The Seminole's great. I mean, I can't think of an airplane that the only airplane that add-on payware aircraft that I've got that I have any disappointment in is honestly the Piaggio Focke-Wulf P149, and that's just because there hasn't been any updates or support for it since release, outside of a paint kit, and it has a cloaking device on multiplayer. Sometimes the people in the cockpit are buggy and will sit halfway out of it. But even then, I like flying it. It's just, it's annoying and disappointing in group flights. And I'd agree with that, Allison, and that's why I think it's Navigraph doing it, because that's already subscription based. So it makes sense that for Navigraph to do it, providing it for existing customers and subscribers to that, because they're already paying for it. And you know, that could be for those of us that just get it for flight sim usage, or you know, your higher preference. That's French. No, that's 100% fair. And I totally get that. So that's the only reason why I think that what was I saying? I don't remember. Gonna be that interesting. It just makes more sense for Navigraph to be doing the Jeppesen stuff. Ooh! Yeah, I've been looking at getting a Stream Deck, but I really only need a mini. I've thought about getting the 15 key Stream Deck, definitely don't need the 32. That's way more than I need, but I've thought about getting the Stream Deck Mini, especially because if the IQ software is causing issues with flight sim, which is ridiculous, having a Stream Deck would be nice, because I have Stream Deck keys on my keyboard that I can use, and it's really handy. But if I can't, but it needs the IQ software to run. But if I can't run the IQ software without it crashing flight sim periodically, yeah, it's frustrating. Might want to gain altitude. And we're good. I would have spent around 30 US bucks for both the CJ4 and DA16 computer mods. If they weren't free, the mods certain places are rated. Yeah. No, I have the CJ4, the DA62, and the DA40 community mods, and they're fantastic as much as I've used them. Probably gotten the least used out of the CJ4 and the DA62, if I'm honest. I don't think I've flown the DA62 at all. And I've flown the CJ4 a couple of times. This is kind of an introduction to civil jets. But by and large, they're fantastic mods that I can tell. It would be nice if on the one hand, it would be nice if Microsoft would implement what they're all doing with those, but the chances, on the other hand, it's kind of like why Microsoft should, if they were to implement stuff that, you know, the fly-by-wire guys are doing with the A320, what Working Title's doing with the CJ4, and whatever the group is that's doing the Diamond DA40 and DA62 mods. You know, if Microsoft implemented what they're doing with it, they better pay the developers royalties for that, because they do such good work. My hands are so sweaty flying out. It's no simple task. Wayne Braden is in. No worries. How you doing? Don't worry, words are hard whether they're spoken or typed. I have my own struggles with them. So we're about 30 nautical miles out. Microsoft put the Wright Flyer in FS 2004. It's kind of a bummer, but you know, they also put a DC-3 in that would have been nice. Granted, I've converted that and I've flown that around. Been tweaking the flight physics on that one. Aha! You changed your name. How could you? I get confused easy. Can't do that to me. Ha. But, where's it going? Yeah. No, the Wright Flyer would be nice. DC-3 would be nice. A steam gauge caravan would be nice. A caravan with floats would be phenomenal. Top with camel. A lot of fun stuff that Microsoft used to put in, and now they don't. See, we're clearing the mountains. We'll do just fine. Ooh, a Waco floats. That would actually be fun. Yeah, the sim needs more float planes, definitely. Which is why I'm glad someone's converted the Goose, because that was a fun airplane. Yeah, without the cargo, it's one of those things where it's a missed opportunity for Microsoft to, give us a Caravan with or without floats, with or without the cargo pod, and with or without steam gauges. And this is what I love about what the community is doing and third-party developers. It's like what people are doing with the X Cup, adding floats and making a tricycle gear version. It's phenomenal what they're doing. It also shows what Microsoft could have done, but they didn't. But it's whatever. Oh, for sure. Yeah, Lockheed 10E. The Lockheed twins are just nice. Naughty Gnomes in the house, good evening to you. Hope you're well. Oh, Fireflies and Wright Flyers. You're better off asking us to fly a Blériot. Good night, Wright Flyers. That'd be a... You might be able to get Dublin International to Casement Aerodrome, and that might be too much. I've had one CTD VC runtime, but I've also been using IQ again, so it could have been that, but so far so good, mostly. This would be a neat place to visit, but not necessarily to stay for an extended period of time. This is, you go out, you camp, you do whatever, and then you go home. Too far. Restricted airports to the east next of airport. Yep. I crashed, lost control. Oh dear. Man down. Man down. Start the search party. Yes. Huzzah. See, I don't think Americans use that word enough. It's a neat word. Huzzah. So we are about 18 nautical miles out. It puts us probably over these a bit. To the west. Restricted airspace to the west. We'll only cut across a little. Actually, we won't. Yeah, we won't be in it. That's because there's Groom Lake, also known as Area 51. The Emergent Valley. That's correct. We're not that far from the Groom Lake Test Facility, most commonly known as Area 51. And that's why we have all the restricted airspace. Yeah, but that's a Ren Fair. That's a Ren Fair. They're supposed to say it at a Ren Fair. It's like cheating. So yeah, these are the on the other side of these mountains here is Area 51. So well, mostly over here is behind that peak there. We were called in I think I've popped in once or twice. My great uncle actually was stationed at Area 51 briefly in his Air Force career. So I'm gonna guess airfield's gonna be somewhere. Where is it? It's a curious little dirt strip. How fun it would be nipping. You'd be watched very, very closely. It might be fun, but you better not have too much fun. You better believe that the Air Force would be watching us very closely even now. Look at that. Isn't that neat? Yeah. It'll be like, it's like that song. I always feel like somebody's watching me and I've got no privacy. Oh, whoa. So now the fun part is going to be finding this little airstrip. So we'll go ahead and put on the face cam for dramatic effect as we start looking for the field. There's a little lake, so it's on, and maybe it's right on that hillside, honestly. So, all right, go ahead and turn that guy off. So we're gonna drop manifold pressure down. Okay, airport is in sight. Right out straight in front of us. Yes. Yep. I mean, I'm looking, I've got a sky vector up on my right screen here, and I know Groom Lake. There's an extra. And I'm not talking from a movie. Should be an interesting landing. To roll the dice for a runway. My dice are put away and not within its arm's reach. We're just gonna go for the south-ish one. So we're gonna approach from the north. There's one notch of flaps. And this would be a lot easier in VR. I'll go ahead and get cowl flaps opened. So notch 2. Start our turn for final. That last notch of flaps. Robert Downey George. We're at full flaps. We're high, but we're coming down pretty well. So runway 14 is where we're aiming for. That was not 236 foot per minute. My goodness. Dougal with a CTD. That's not good. Dougal, minor suggestion, but check out your text-to-speech settings and ensure that they're not set on Azure, or the Azure is either turned off or offline. That might help. Alright, so we're down. Now do this, do this. Going to do this, do this. Traffic. New plates on. A little further. There we go. And the runway is open. There's Magic 888. A little bit of a bounce, but that's all right. There's Kozaki Flyer. There's Druid. Cat Bat's in. Let's see, so nice. First time I see this. Nice. There's a DA62 of Tortuga. Bought closely by Roger RC in the extra. Yeah, I'm surprised with the extra 300, or well, I guess it's a 330. No one's painted up Patty Wagstaff's planes. I'm a little surprised. Is that all we have? Is there anybody else coming in? Oh, there's Merlin, there's Mahoney. Oh, so we got Merlin. Dang it, I need to get my rudder pedals. Glad you enjoyed it, Magic. That says one leg left. Yep, we're on about to start our last leg. I'll just have to get to the main menu, reload load in that flight plan. Let's see, I want to fly so bad, but dinner is going to be here any second. Food should not be needed while playing us. I found that yoke and pedals. So I'm not sure Merlin's going to land. So we're going to get to the main menu. We're going to switch to that as we... That's not what I pressed. There we go. So one leg left to go. And as I go to the main menu, the sim crashed. Why for you do that, stream? Or flight sim? Why for you do that? So I guess we're restarting the sim. Let's see, why did you do that? Oh, that was a coherent GT. Huh. I'm hoping that the update 3 fixes the severe GPU load on the main menu. Interesting. Very interesting. Yeah, it was a coherent GT issue. Kind of had one of them. Very interesting. So we were just gonna go out to the main menu and, you know, have a laugh that way and reload the flight plan, and nope. It's possible, but I've not had any issues because I'm not using the Mugs hidden UI mod. So I have to manually turn them on and off through the menus. It's been fine with the just running the CPPR nameplates. Which is why it's weird. This is the first time I've had that. And it was random. This road map. Yeah, I don't have any Mugs mods installed though. That's the thing. Dougal, that's going to be under data. I think no. Yes. Once the sim loads up, I'll run through that. Actually, sound. Is it sound? Oh dear. Hitting things. One thing I've noticed, your sim crashes mainly near airports. Could that be because of... Well, that was before I turned off the Azure. And it mostly happened around controlled airports, mostly. But I haven't had that issue. When I crashed earlier today, I'm thinking more it has to do with IQ software, because the last few days I haven't been running the IQ software, but today I decided, hey, it's a great idea. So I can use my Stream Deck keys on my keyboard instead of them being useless. So that, I've been running that today. Also, I don't think I restarted my computer today. No. No, I have VSync off. Scotland's name has gotten so long that I'm going to have to reduce the size of my little ticker for my Twitch subscribers. Should we fly towards Las Vegas in the dusk? I want to be able to see the racetrack and whatnot. I mean, you can if you want, but I'm gonna go with more towards midday. Alright. So, for the Dougal's sake, we're going to go into options, go into general, go into sound, and you want your text-to-speech settings. And you want it to either Windows offline or just off. And that helped a ton with the random VC runtime errors. Well, good to see you, Floyd. And that's why I hadn't been running IQ until today, which is why I'm pinning that on there, because you're not the first report of IQ causing problems, which is also a reason why I want to get a Stream Deck. Well, if you're, as long as it's off, that'll be fine. That'll work out just peachy keen. We're gonna do that. We're gonna switch back to the screen. And I'm gonna do here and go here. And I'm going to load the flight plan. So we're at Alamo Landing, and we're going to North Las Vegas. Flight condition, little 2. Yeah, we'll give it about 10:30. Make sure we're on high level clouds. Not starting on the runway. Start there, hit fly. Let's see, first look at the crest seems to do with one of the glass cockpits, but not regular gauges. Draco, Allison also didn't have it. It's because of the not having the US voice pack installed. They're over in the UK, so it's a little different. So they've only got on or off. Allison had was it yesterday? Yesterday, the day before. So we'll switch back. No, turn off. You're not supposed to be on yet. So we'll pop out a little bit, make sure everybody's still here. Hi, everyone. So, master beacon. These are on. That dinging has got to stop. Cowl flaps open. So the CDI gets, I guess that doesn't want to do that. So start up. Nav inset off. CDI, cycle CDI, come on. CDI. Altitude. EFD, synthetic vision. CDI. Now you're working. Transponder, altitude. Altitude? Oh. Nearest. 8,500. Vertical speed of 600 feet per minute. Nav mode. So that's all ready to go. So release the parking brake and crank up the RPMs. We've got a nice collection of airplanes going here. And if you're wondering why, well, gosh, I can't see the synthetic vision in the 182, you probably don't have the working title. If you can't see the synthetic vision in the 182, it's part of the working title G1000 mod, which I highly recommend. It adds quite a bit of functionality. I've had zero problems with it. Well, I can't. The only problems I've had with it are like third-party add-ons for the 182, and it's specific to this. That's the only time I've had an issue. But with the stock liveries, perfect. So it gives much more functionality to the G1000 system. The G3000 and the GX, whatever it is, the other one, are also fantastic. I just don't happen to be in planes that use them very often. So we're down here at the end of the runway. Finally got around to installing the government's estimated the VL3 has a new lease of light. Yeah. The working title Garmin mods are just phenomenal. Ooh, a Mooney. So one notch of flaps going down. Mixture to, well, it shouldn't be rich, but it is. We'll keep her on the center line. The 182 is just so nice. Looks like all the fireflies are up. And flaps are up. And engage autopilot. As we make our way we'll stick with 8,500 because I think that's gonna clear it mostly, or most obstacles that we have. As we fix Sim Toolkit. Go ahead and hide me. Such beautiful scenery, though. I mean, it's kind of nuts. So let's all keep our fingers crossed that we see some spits tomorrow, because that's going to be epic. Having a Firefly flight full of Spitfires. It is... Well, they've got mere hours, so we'll just keep our fingers and toes crossed so that we can fly out of, into or out of Biggin Hill, because it's going to be epic, and hopefully near Dover, because Dover. Yes. I mean, we can always fly some Spitfires over to France, cross the channel, come back over, land on the beach. I just finished the flight plan for tomorrow night. Should be interesting. Nice. I'm looking forward to it. I mean, if we're going to do the same flight plan regardless of Spits being out or not, which I'm hoping they will be, you always make great flight plans, Murph. So no worries about that. Sometimes in the 182, the people show up inside view and can't see anything. And he doesn't. Pilot, co-pilot. That's the only way I know how to do it. Murphy's over restricted airspace. He's dangerous. You got to remember, Murphy is dangerous. You saw him last night in the F-15. He thought I was a Gikna. How dare he? Oh, for sure. Well, once the Allies recaptured a bunch of airfields in the north of France, you know, we set up shop. Follow me! Don't follow me! So I'll fully admit, I thought these peaks were going to be a little higher than they are when I made these couple of weird waypoints. And I thought the mountains themselves were going to be a little taller. But you know what? It's all going to work out peachy. Because look at the state of the view. Murph honestly thought that I was a Gikna. I was hurt. To be fair, on his screen I did look like one. So yeah, I'm trying to ramble back to the group. You were looking for Area 51. It's okay, Murph. It's only natural. Everyone wants to go fishing in Groom Lake. Yeah. I lost track of where I was, and then an F-16 shot me down. Next thing you know, I was on the receiving end of a SAM. Yeah, glaciers. Oh, that could. I think those are power lines. It's here. It's where you can fly. Nice. I thought he was being friendly, doing a wave. I was just thinking, he's telling you to land now or leave or be shot down. Yeah, I think these weird squares on the ground are just power line pole things. Sam's one rocket at a time. So yeah, I think they're power lines because they're relatively regular and they're going in a particular direction. So they're probably going to Vegas to bring electricity for the town. Yeah, it's difficult to have a missile silo for SAMs. SAMs are better deployed on the surface. ICBMs, on the other hand, those you want in a silo. From here you can almost see Area 51. If they were missile silos, this would be restricted as well. Yeah. We'd have been shot down. I just, oh, absolutely. The two are meant for each other because the default, the G1000 in itself, without the synthetic vision, is just like, what's the point? Just give me steam gauges. But with the G1000 mod, and it adds that, not only that, it adds a lot more functionality to it. On certain aircraft, you can actually get more information out of it. The G1000 mod is just, it's a must-have. If you're going to fly anything with the G1000 in it, you need the mod. You need the working title G1000 mod. And the 182 itself is just a phenomenal aircraft. I'd really like to see them bring in the 210 so that they have the Cessna counterpart to the Moon. Something faster. You know, because the 182 and the Arrow are, you know, and even the Seminole are fairly close to each other in speed, cruise speed. You know, the Mooney's kind of in its league of its own. And then you got the Cessna 210, and then you're, you know, the 206. You know, then you're starting to really get into getting some nice cruise speeds and useful load. The road near the pattern is crescent-based power. Yeah, so they're definitely power lines, huh? It's worth it just for the brightness adjustment. Yeah. Pardon me. Road near the pattern. Okay. Yeah, 210. Sobo are redeveloping the GNS systems and Garmin units. Carenado offered to build their own, but Sobo wanted to get it done themselves. They've been working with Garmin since. Ooh. Next. I guess it's pot. I know that they slated to have something for the G1000 and 3000 systems for the Sim Update 3, but I couldn't tell you what it's going to be. But yeah, it's better than the stock ones, but I'm sure there's a lot more functionality it can do. I know so little about using a G1000 system. It's not even funny. I'm used to steam gauges, keeping it simple. But it'll be interesting to see what the Microsoft and Sobo do working with Garmin to make it better. That'll be something to keep a close eye on. Ooh, I like danger zones. I know we're in an MOA, or no, we're about to be over an MOA. Actually, no, we're in an MOA. So actually, you know what? We're gonna drop 2,000 feet. $300 a minute. I took my people in a C172 with steam gauges after I was finished. I started using the one with the G1000 we have in our flying club, and I converted to modern age after the first flight. Fair. I don't know, I guess I'm stubborn. I'm gonna be the old guy at an airport with a cane shaking his stick next to his hanger going, "Give me back my steam gauges." By that time, everything's going to be touch panels and, like an F-35 cockpit. And the only thing, my only complaint about the 182 is the front seats are too far back. Because you look at the rails and they should be scooted up a bit more. Because that leaves the people in the back seat with like no leg room. That's just rude. Maps don't need batteries. That's absolutely correct. Did my PPO in an ancient DR400 that was scrapped to oof. That must have been a roller coaster of emotions of, yay, I love this airplane. It's what I got my PPL in, and then scrapped. Talk about oof. Just look at the scenery, though. We're definitely getting into the high desert. We are flying IFR. We're following roads, so there's that. I mean, if I had the money, I would find a developer and legitimately tell them, I will pay you a good ton of money, or a good amount of money, to make a nice Cessna 175A Skylark for flight sim, because that would make my heart so happy. I still have both an iPhone and an iPad with Garmin Pilot and paper VFR maps. Yeah, I mean, it's all about redundancy. I would not go anywhere without some form of redundancy. You know, it's the old saying, two is one and one is none. You know, because if something goes out, you want something. You know, especially when it's something very critical, you want to be able to have a backup. I think the FAA requires the most recent charts to be in the airplane regardless. Although that may be an old rule. Oh my lord. My water bottle is empty. Definitely handy. Flying in the mountains is just amazing every single time I do it. Ours with a lot less red. That just looks like a big old sandbox playground. I'm not feeling that one either. I'm not feeling that one either. Not feeling that one either. There we go. Definitely getting closer to Vegas. There's a solar farm. So as we get into near Vegas, we will be flying over the Las Vegas Motor Speedway, which is right near Nellis Air Force Base, which is where the Cup Series, the NASCAR Cup Series, will be at Las Vegas Motor Speedway this weekend. Only downside with the T1000 is that the system is damn heavy. Aha! See, steam gauges for the win. They don't reduce your workful or useful load. Don't believe that's. Not sure what airfield that is off the top of my head. Actually, that might be Nellis. Yeah, that's Nellis, because that's Vegas. I'm reasonably sure. Yeah, we're only 7 minutes out. A big old solar farm. A couple of other solar farms. The Vegas Pyramid. Nice. And that's on my potential eventual buys. Because Murph did it on a bonus stream a few weekends ago when he thought there was rugby on, and there was no rugby on. So he flew to Vegas. I believe that was on Valentine's Day, too. So we're actually going to lose another 1,000 feet. And it did look phenomenal. It just, one of these days I gotta get back to flying around Michigan, because I haven't flown around Michigan in a minute, and it's home. No Nellis, home of Red Star. That's definitely Nellis Air Force Base, because that's Nellis, and this is the Las Vegas Motor Speedway, and this is a drag strip at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. This is the Las Vegas Motor Speedway dirt track. That's a lot of parking and pavilions and stuff. There's a little kart track. Flight Tampa also gave it an update there. Nice. So there's the Las Vegas Motor Speedway complex with a drag strip, dirt track, 1.5 mile oval, and it looks like a small road course. And tons of parking. We're just into Las Vegas. This is the Las Vegas Motor Speedway that we're currently flying over on our Thursday night Chase the Cup Series, as we follow the NASCAR Cup Series schedule and visit the racetracks. Luckily, this one's in photogrammetry, so it looks actually really cool. Does have some sort of infield road course available to it. There's a short track at Las Vegas. And of course, Nellis Air Force Base. And there you can see Vegas. The main speedway is 1.5 miles, D-shaped oval. I believe they've added progressive banking to it over the years. It was introduced to the NASCAR Cup circuit in, I believe, 1997. Nice. And see, I would fly into Vegas, but I've not had the best of luck flying into downtown Vegas. The sim usually likes to say, haha, no! So, we're going to turn that on. Get into here. And we're going to disable that. Well, if that's 2.7, we're going to go the other way around. And we're going to skip that song. We're going to skip that song. And then we're going to skip that one too. Yeah, it's... NASCAR isn't what it used to be. So there's the strip. I only have the crummy photogrammetry. Jay Whitaker's in the house. Good to see you, dude. caught us right at the end as we're flying into North Las Vegas Airfield. We just flew over Las Vegas Motor Speedway and Nellis Air Force Base. Well, you'll have to tell me all about it once the stream's over, but I do appreciate you swinging by on your lunch. You can see all sorts of stuff over on the strip. And you can see McCarran International. So I guess it's more of a runway 5 or runway 7. See all the GA hangars over yonder. That it does, my friend. That it does. So we're gonna keep reducing engine power. Got some airspeed to lose. There's 100 knots indicated. And we're in the white arc, so there's 1 notch of flaps in. Prop goes full forward. There's the interstate. Boost the throttle a little bit. So another nacho flaps in. There's the airport in sight. There's our runway. The days of Rusty Wallace, Richard Petty, Davis Allison, absolutely. Dale Earnhardt. Favorite body style for NASCAR has always been the early 90s Lumina. It was boxy and not the most aerodynamic thing, but man, I just love the look of it. Mostly because of Days of Thunder. You want to talk about Top Gun, Days of Thunder. As much as I love Top Gun, Days of Thunder was my jam. Full flaps, sending at about 70 knots indicated. But high on the glide slope, but that's okay. We're coming in. Got a flyover happening. Pretty high, but we've got a nice descent rate. Get towards the center line. Oh, bounce. Keep her on the center line. We're gonna go to. Woo! She wants to wibbly wobbly. That's still a relatively smooth landing. Oh yeah, practical effects are always going to be CG in my book. Alright, so I'm going to pull off the runway. Right to about here. Parking brake set. Getting the drone cam. We need a toggle button for doing this. Go back, resume. There we go. And there's the Fireflies. Kozaki flyers in. Mahoney's already down. So runway 7 open for landings. As welcome to Las Vegas. Viva Las Vegas. Can you imagine William Shatner singing that song? It'd be dreadful. Hilarious. There's Dougal and Cat back in. There's Merlin. Now, I don't know if there's a third-party mod for North Vegas Airport. I know there's one for McCarran, probably. I don't know. He could have, but just the imagining him singing it would be hilarious. There's a DA-62 of Tortuga, followed closely by Poppy Meerkat in the Seminole. Simwings is free open. Huzzah! So Simwings, a fantastic organization with the goal of providing those that may not have access otherwise to computers and flight sim equipment, and to provide them with said equipment by doing charity streams and such, getting them into the flight sim world, which is such a phenomenal community in itself. There's Roger RC and Druid. Looking forward to their next stream charity flight deal. We hear another incoming. That is Cloudwalker. I'm away. Glad you enjoyed it, Nighty Night Owl. You have a nighty night. And we will catch you on the next one. Thanks so much for coming along. I do greatly appreciate it. Helps keep me company. To which I'm very, very grateful for. So I know as soon as I look, someone's going to be right in the pattern. Well, that's it. I think everybody went and checked out the strip. Well, glad to provide that for you, Dougal. You provide so much for others. It's the least I could do. But I do thank everyone for coming along for the flight, whether you just watched, lurked, or flew along. I'm very grateful, very humbled. Thanks for the new follows. And just all the kind contributions that you all provide in different ways. Thank you oh so much. It's been a fantastic flight. Look forward to seeing everybody on the Discord, on Murphy's Discord, and tomorrow at Murphy's stream. Here's hoping for Spitfires. But until then, be good to each other. Stay safe out there. Catch you next time. Bye.